The smells are sterile, very sterile. Like any other procedure that I do, I usually wear a medical mask just to prevent any cross-contamination so I could smell the mask. And I was in a complete zone, like I said, like a tunnel of vision. Warm, very warm feeling. It's intense feeling, is what it is. It's an intense feeling, like sitting down with an individual and actually modifying their body, which is a canvas that will be with them for the rest of their life, and it'll be something that I affect for the rest of my life. Going through that procedure, it's like, I don't know how you would describe it, like a musician is in a zone. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, but I would describe it. It grabs me as the highest zone, so to speak, ever.
Here on Rideau Street in Ottawa, Planet Inc. advertises tattoos and piercing on their storefront. That's what most people associate it with. Piercing is something Matt Cottrell has done for over 10 years. But for the last 3 years, he's also practiced a lesser-known form of body art, scarification.
This is a learning experience for me, and making it to the scarring chapter was just another chapter in my life where it was a big turnaround, like big advancement in my life. It was something, a turning point, part of my life that I thought that I should recognize beyond just the ink.
Vanessa Nelson first knew Matt as a friend. Now she is a regular customer. Her last body modification is still healing. She paid Matt $250 for a scar just a few months ago.
Because I didn't want like a deep scar or anything, I wanted him to go lighter, more surface, and because of that, it's more near the nerve endings, so it stings. I also really enjoy the idea of just taking something that isn't generally speaking beautiful and then transforming it into something that is. Like when I go into when you get something kind of sort of painful like that done, especially for an extended period of time, like just over an hour probably, it's that's sort of a spiritual type of place that you have to go in your head. This is it's a very feminine place, and it's also just a very delicate piece, just as far as the roses go, so I just wanted to stay true to that.
She saw a design, and I guess when I was up at the other end of the convention hall, she came and grabbed me, and she was really excited, and I could tell that I could see you know when you see the excitement in someone's eyes.
I just think roses are very beautiful, so that's another thing. It just took something that was delicate, such as a flower, and then putting it on my body in such a way.
Vanessa overcame her fear and got the design she wanted permanently etched into her side. Now she has to go to great pains to make sure it heals correctly.
What you do is you wrap it in saran wrap, and you cover it in Vaseline, and then you wrap it in saran wrap for 10 days so that you starve the wound for air. So when it scars, it gives you more of a keloided effect, like it pops up above the skin.
Taking care of her new art isn't all Vanessa has to worry about. She's also afraid to show off her new design. She even hid it from her roommate for weeks.
I can't transform everyone's thoughts or preconceptions, but they should be able to acknowledge that it is done well and it is aesthetically very pretty.
Matt Cottrell sees the body as a canvas. To him, scarification is a form of art, but not everybody in the body modification community agrees. Universal Tattoo has a policy against advertising scarification. Jen Sweet is the head piercing artist for the store. She's been working here for 9 years.
If someone calls and asks if we do it, we say no. To be honest, I wouldn't get scarification done anywhere in Ottawa, to be honest. There's not enough pool. People who do it here do what, maybe 1 or 2 a year? Why not go somewhere where you're dealing with somebody who does 3 or 4 a day, has been doing it for 10 years? Would you let somebody... I wouldn't let anyone here do it on me. I wouldn't do it on myself.
Jen is right about that. We called Universal Tattoo and asked about scarification. The response we got? The clerk on the phone said scarification is not artistic. He even went as far to say, I wouldn't work here if we performed that. Despite these other opinions in his industry, Matt encourages an open-minded attitude.
You know, it's all a matter of opinion too, but my opinion is that whoever said that is in the wrong industry for sure. I mean, it's another form of art. And art is, last time I remember, art is something that has no boundaries.
Brian Given teaches a visual anthropology class at Carleton University. He says a decision made while young will bring regret later in life.
With youth culture symbols, they typically do change. I mean, now if I do the boop boop a-doo and 23 skidoo, you look at me really, really strangely. You would have when I was a kid too, but when my parents were kids, that was one way of showing just how cool you really were.
I mean, to me, a lot of people see this arm as like another piece of tribal, and really, to me, it started when I was 15, when I first got off on my own on the streets, and it's been a gradual process ever since that I've done section by section by section.
While Matt says it is important to be an individual, there's also a strong community online. It is organized by website BME.
That's a very supportive environment, so I feel really comfortable. I mean, anyone can do pretty much anything they want in regards to body modification on BMEZ, and as long as it's done correctly and safely, then it's supported. And there's usually somebody that will be interested in the same thing that you are.
Virtual communities work very, very quickly. So there was a time when if you were a collector of Elizabethan stamps, you might not know another one in town, where through the internet, you might well feel that you're part of a relatively large and active community.
It's hard to be original. It really is. Like, to be honest with you, it is really hard to be original, but in this community, you're allowed, well, not allowed, I wouldn't say in this community, but this community is not the most accepted community in society today, first of all. And with the tattoo and piercing and modification crowd, everything is so intricate and so different for each individual, whether it be the same one they get off the wall, you know, that someone else has in another place or another studio. It's still them expressing themselves. It's their body. It shows them the right that it is their canvas, their temple, whatever they can do. It's like they're allowed to do whatever they want to their own body. You know, that's the freedom of expression.
Matt will continue to help his customers use their bodies to express themselves. For the 25th Hour, I'm Brian Jackson.